Welcome back. In this lesson, you will explore strategy implementation through the use of strategy maps, with a particular focus on the Balanced Scorecard. First, you will learn how strategy mapping can be applied to procurement and how it can help you understand your organization's procurement strategy. Next, you will delve into Balanced Scorecards and examine how to develop and utilize them within your procurement context. Finally, you will discover how a balanced scorecard can provide critical insights into your organization's procurement strategy. The most effective way to describe your procurement strategy is through strategy maps. A procurement strategy map will guide your thinking and help you view procurement in a cohesive, integrated and systematic way. Strategy maps can offer the following benefits. 1. Identify gaps in your procurement strategy. For instance, you may have defined a process to identify and evaluate suppliers, but you might discover that there is no mechanism in place to monitor supplier performance or manage supplier relationships effectively. 2. Enable proactive corrective actions. Strategy maps can help managers take early corrective actions in procurement. For example, based on your map, you may have decided to discontinue a specific sourcing channel, and as a result, your managers would know right away that they need to initiate alternative sourcing strategies. 3. Lay the foundation for effective and rapid procurement growth initiatives. By utilizing a strategy map, you may identify areas of untapped potential or specific procurement needs that are not currently addressed. Consequently, you can initiate targeted initiatives to explore new sourcing opportunities or improve existing processes. It is very important to note that strategy maps are not comprehensive tools that entirely specify and manage procurement strategy. Procurement management is an evolving field and the available concepts and techniques are still limited. Crafting exceptional procurement strategies remains an art, and the more clearly the strategy is described, the higher the likelihood of successful implementation. Now, let's shift our focus to a specific tool used for procurement strategy mapping, the Balanced Scorecard. The name Balanced Scorecard originates from the idea of considering strategic measures alongside traditional financial measures to obtain a more comprehensive view of procurement performance. Over time, the Balanced Scorecard concept has evolved into a holistic system for managing procurement strategy. Rather than a categorization exercise, we should perceive the scorecard as a process aiding our understanding of complex procurement issues, identifying key factors relevant to strategic decisions, and guiding us in formulating the right questions. To construct the procurement scorecard, you must begin with the ideal future state that describes your vision and mission for procurement. Your company values should outline the desired behaviors of your procurement team that will contribute to realizing the procurement vision in a specific manner. Finally, your procurement strategy must define the logical path to reach that destination. There are 4 perspectives that combine to form a balanced scorecard dashboard for procurement: the financial perspective, the supplier perspective, the internal procurement process perspective, and the learning and development perspective. These perspectives revolve around the procurement mission, vision, values, and strategy. For each perspective, it is important to identify objectives, measures, targets, and initiatives. As you can observe, procurement scorecards graphically illustrate the cause and effect relationships within different pathways, connecting the dots and making them explicit and measurable. Since scorecards are visualization tools, they enhance intuitive understanding, which offers distinct advantage over written documents. Utilizing a scorecard to plan your procurement strategy can significantly impact your competitive advantage and ultimately the success of your procurement efforts. In this era of information, intangible assets such as supplier relationships, employee skills and knowledge, information technologies, or an organizational culture that fosters innovation and problem solving have become crucial sources of competitive advantage. However, intangible assets pose challenges as they are highly context sensitive and there are few tools available to effectively describe their value. For example, a growth-oriented procurement strategy might require knowledge about suppliers, training for procurement professionals, advanced procurement systems, a specific organizational structure, and performance-based incentives. However, investing in only a few of these elements and neglecting others would undermine the overall strategy success. The value of any intangible procurement asset cannot be evaluated in isolation from the organizational processes that transform it, along with other intangible and tangible assets, into measurable outcomes in terms of supplier performance and financial results. Value emerges from the entire set of assets and the procurement strategy that interconnects them. To better understand the application of the balanced scorecard in procurement, let's examine the example of a major procurement organization, Global Procurements Inc., which utilized strategy mapping to transition from a centralized procurement approach to a decentralized, customer-centric model. A significant aspect of the strategy was to target suppliers who offered high-quality products and services at competitive prices, fostering strong supplier relationships and driving cost savings. It is important to note that GPI doesn't directly sell products, but procures them for internal stakeholders. Now we have the context, let's explore each perspective of the balanced scorecard in the procurement context. You can also access a downloadable template of this scorecard for your reference. The initial step in constructing a strategy map for procurement is typically the financial perspective, which focuses on enhancing shareholder value. For non-profit and governmental organizations, the emphasis will be on customer or constituent value. The financial strategy in procurement encompasses two fundamental levers. Firstly, revenue growth, which involves expanding procurement activities to new markets, products and suppliers, as well as maximizing value from existing suppliers by strengthening relationships and driving higher procurement volumes. Secondly, productivity improvement, which entails optimizing cost structures by reducing expenses and enhancing the efficiency of procurement processes and resources. While productivity improvements yield short-term results, the revenue growth strategy is more oriented toward long-term objectives. The balanced scorecards enable procurement professionals like you to identify opportunities for improving financial performance beyond cost advantages. Balancing revenue growth with productivity ensures that cost reduction efforts and resource optimization do not hinder growth opportunities with suppliers. Now, let's examine how GPI approached its financial strategy in procurement. GPI's strategic vision was to be the leading procurer of high-quality goods and services, driving cost savings and value creation for our stakeholders. To achieve their target of a 10% reduction in procurement costs within 3 years, the management team leveraged all 4 drivers of the financial strategy. Their revenue growth strategy involved expanding procurement categories beyond traditional commodities and incorporating strategic sourcing initiatives for critical goods and services. GPI aimed to increase spend under management, negotiate favorable contracts, and establish long-term partnerships with key suppliers. In terms of productivity, GPI focused on reducing procurement cycle times, streamlining procurement processes, and implementing technology solutions to enhance efficiency and reduce operational costs. By implementing the balanced scorecard approach, GPI successfully aligned its procurement strategy with financial objectives, enabling to achieve cost savings, drive revenue growth, and enhance shareholder value. Remember, the value of the balanced scorecard lies in its ability to a comprehensive view of procurement performance, guiding strategic decision-making and facilitating continuous improvement in procurement practices. The second perspective of the balanced scorecard, when applied to procurement, focuses on the customer. The customer's value proposition lies at the heart of any procurement strategy, and it contains the unique combination of products, services, supplier relationships, and brand image that the organization offers. It defines how the organization will differentiate itself in the market. The value proposition establishes a link between an organization's internal procurement processes and the ultimate goal of delivering improved customer outcomes. Typically, the value proposition is chosen based on 3 differentiators. Cost leadership. This requires organizations to excel in competitive pricing, product quality, and timely delivery, similar to the approach adopted by Walmart in its procurement practices. Customer intimacy. This means providing exceptional service and comprehensive solutions to meet customer needs. An example of a company excelling in customer intimacy through procurement is IBM. Product innovation. This entails a focus on the functionality, features, and overall performance of the products and services procured, exemplified by companies like Tesla. Organizations strive to excel in at least one of these 3 differentiators while maintaining industry standards for all the others. Identifying the customer value proposition is crucial for procurement professionals as it guides the targeting of specific customer segments. However, research indicates that many procurement teams have not reached a consensus on their organization's customer value proposition. Let's consider another example from the procurement world. Initially, mobile had an unfocused strategy leading to poor performance. Through market research, mobile discovered that price-sensitive consumers accounted for only about 20% of gasoline purchases, while other consumer segments, representing nearly 60% of the market, were willing to higher prices for gasoline if they could purchase from stations that offered speed, friendliness, and excellent convenience stores. Armed with this information, Mobile made a pivotal decision to adopt a differentiated value proposition. They targeted premium customer segments by providing immediate access to gasoline pumps equipped with self-payment mechanisms, well-lit and safe stations, clean restrooms, convenience stores stocked with fresh and high-quality merchandise, and friendly employees. To enhance the buying experience for the customers, Mobile implemented a system to measure 23 specific buying criteria, allowing them to use a concise set of metrics to improve the overall purchasing experience for the customers. This comprehensive customer strategy motivated Mobile's dealers to provide exceptional buying experience, attracting an increasing share of their targeted customers. The third perspective on the balanced scorecard in procurement focuses on the internal processes. Once an organization has a clear understanding of its customer and financial perspectives, it can identify the necessary steps to achieve its customer value proposition and enhance productivity to meet its financial objectives. The internal processes perspective contains the critical activities within the procurement organization and can be classified into 4 high-level processes. 1. Business building. This involves innovating with new products and services as well as expanding into new markets and customer segments. 2. Customer value enhancement. This focuses on deepening relationships with existing customers and maximizing the value delivered through them through procurement activities. 3. Operational excellence. This includes improving supply chain management, cost structures, quality, the cycle of time of internal processes, asset utilization, and capacity management. 4. Corporate citizenship and social responsibility. This emphasizes establishing effective relationships with external stakeholders and maintaining good corporate citizenship. It is worth noting that while many organizations articulate strategic objectives related to innovation and customer relationship management, they often only manage the cost and quality of their operations rather than tracking progress in innovation or customer management processes within procurement. This creates a disconnect in the context of procurement, as the original text is specially focused on other topics. However, I can provide a general overview of the balanced scorecard applied to procurement. When assessing the financial impact of improved internal procurement processes, it is crucial to consider the timescales involved. Generally, we can expect the following. Short-term benefits. Increased operational efficiencies and process improvements lead to cost savings. Intermediate-term benefits. Enhanced customer relationship result in revenue growth. Long-term benefits. Increased innovation contributes to revenue and margin improvements. A comprehensive procurement strategy should aim to generate results from all three internal processes. Using the example of mobile in the procurement context, their internal process objectives focused on building the franchises by developing new products and services, such as sales from convenience stores. They also aimed to enhance customer value by training dealers to generate profits from non-gasoline products and services. By reducing dealers' reliance on gasoline sales only, Mobile could capture a larger profit share. Additionally, Mobile emphasized improvements in refining and distribution, including lowering operation costs, reducing equipment downtime, and improving product quality. As part of their operational excellence and corporate citizenship teams, Mobile aimed to eliminate environmental safety accidents, recognizing that such incidents could indicate employees not paying sufficient attention to their jobs. Let's move to the learning and growth perspective. The learning and growth perspective in procurement defines the core competences, skills, technologies, and corporate culture needed to support the procurement strategy. Objectives in this perspective align human resources and information technology with the overall strategy. While the importance of learning and growth is acknowledged, defining specific objectives in this area can be challenging. It is necessary to identify potential skill gaps and provide appropriate learning support. In the case of Mobile, they recognize the need for employees to gain a broader understanding of the procurement business from end to end. They also focused on nurturing leadership skills among managers to articulate the company's vision and develop employees. Furthermore, they identified key technologies to develop, including automated equipment for monitoring procurement processes and comprehensive databases and tools for analyzing consumer buying experiences. These considerations helped shape their strategy map in the procurement tactics. And finally, the cause and effect relations in procurement strategy maps. Examining the entire procurement strategy map of Mobile from the bottom to the top reveals the interdependence of knowledge, skills, and system that employees require from the learning and growth perspective. These elements enable them to innovate and develop the necessary strategic capabilities and efficiencies within the internal process perspective. As a result, they can deliver specific value to the market from the customer perspective, ultimately leading to the increased shareholder value from the financial perspective. By following the directional arrows, it becomes evident how the objectives in the lower perspective drive the success in the higher ones. These cause and effect relationships lie at the core of strategic planning and management with a balanced scorecard. Another advantage of using a balanced scorecard is that it helps organizations identify significant gaps in the strategies implemented at lower levels, prompting critical questions. For example, senior procurement managers at Mobile noticed that one business unit lacked objectives or metric for dealers, while another unit had no measure for quality. This raised concerns about how these units were performing their daily operations. I highly recommend establishing cross-functional teams to develop the procurement strategy map. This approach broadens the viewpoints involved in formulating the strategy and encourages buy-in from those who are responsible for executing it. Defining your balanced scorecard will aid in strategy implementation because it allows you to communicate the organization's mission, vision, strategy, and objectives, translate objectives into actionable steps with clearly defined concepts and terms using a common language, engage everyone in the organization and focus their efforts on the strategy, foster an understanding of the interconnectedness of all parts in the procurement strategy, align projects, programs, and resources across organizational units, enabling individuals in different roles to see how they contribute to achieving strategic objectives, prioritize projects, products, and services effectively, track the progress of key performance indicators, continuously test hypotheses, and adapt as necessary based on the results. When it comes to creating balanced scorecard, various options are available, ranging from simple Excel sheets to specialized software. Choosing the most suitable option for your organization depends on your specific objectives. To ensure the successful implementation of a balanced scorecard in your organization, I recommend reviewing the tools and metrics currently used for strategy implementation. This will help apply the key insights from this lesson to your organization effectively. That's it. You finished another lesson in this course. Congratulations! In this lesson, you learned that strategy mapping is a powerful tool for visualization and communication within your procurement strategy. Additionally, you learned that the scorecards can be used to align your procurement strategy with organizational goals. Thank you for joining us today and see you in the next lesson.